VonT. That's our guest today. Round of applause for What's going on, brother?
Man, what's good, man? I'm happy to be here in Virginia, man. First time being out here, man.
I was about to say, welcome to the city.
Well, yes.
Tell the people that are not familiar with you, where you from, and then we'll get into the rest. Tell them where you from first.
Yeah, so I was originally born in California, Sacramento, California, Central Cali. And I'm currently living in Georgia right now.
Okay.
Augusta,
right?
Yeah, Augusta.
Yeah.
Where my career originally got started at, online, as most people know.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. International is what some people would call me, like my fans and everything like that. Wherever that derived from, I don't know. But Augusta, Georgia, where I'm at. Atlanta, Georgia, where I do most of my work, man. And I'm just happy to be here, man. Happy to be here with y'all.
Welcome. So, before we get into this, is there anything not about you want to talk about? Because I seen your interview on K100 and you were talking about your album artwork. For everybody that's watching on YouTube, I'll put that artwork up. But you were telling a story on how that's the same artist as 6ix9ine.
Right. So like the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about the artwork? Yeah, the artwork that was created for my album Music is actually, the same artist that does pretty much like maybe 80% of all of 6ix9ine's artwork, which is on Instagram. You can follow him at Alex DC. You know what I'm saying? You can find him there. He did a lot of work for him. I was just like blessed that, we reached out to him and we told him what kind of project we had going on, and he wanted to stand behind it because he does a lot of unmasking of characters on the internet. He does that with 6ix9ine. He does that with a lot of other like characters that are out there. And so when I reached out to him, I just wanted to see if he would bless me with the opportunity to be able to do the official artwork for my album Music Is, which I know is going to age well because it's got, this legendary artist behind it. And I gave him a concept and he came up with it, and we kind of ran with it like that.
I definitely fuck with the cover. I fuck with the helmet. Right? You ride bikes at all or no?
I don't ride bikes.
Yes, I was like, yo, I see him, like, my man's got helmets. The older stuff I seen, you had the Venom helmet on. You kind of told the story about that. But I was like, I wonder, because I ride motorcycles. So I'm like, do he ride bikes? I don't know.
That's the question I get asked all the time. You know what I'm saying? When people run into me at the airport or anything like that, it's like, bro, what kind of bike you ride?
Because you don't go out your way to get the fire helmet. People don't. The fire helmets ain't cheap. For real.
I don't.
You don't go out your way to get the fire helmet if you don't ride. So I was like, I wonder if he ride, like, what you got, a Hayabusa or something?
I'm still trying to come up with a blanket comment that I can give people to let them know that, hey, bro, like, I don't ride. But check out my music.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm still working on that part.
I had to ask. The people wanted to know.
I'm still building this in flight.
So what was what's the concept about wearing the helmet, doing the music with the, I don't want to call it a mask, but essentially it's a mask.
I just like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
I like it. This is my. I don't care about looks. Like, I don't care about what I look like. I don't care if people like the way I look or hate the way I look. Like, I just like to be weird.
No, I respect it. I mean, it definitely stands out. I mean, shit, the baby was wearing a diaper at one point, so. No, he was. Look, see, they don't even know that. They only hear the hard records. He was walking around with a diaper on at South by Southwest. Seriously.
I ain't gonna never abandon my you know what I'm saying, my best friend. I'm never gonna abandon him. So it's definitely been like I've definitely had some interesting reaching out to me as far as the internet goes. I actually just recently had Cowboy management reach out to me about a track they wanted to work on, which we you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, we're going to work on all the details behind that. But they just reached out to me like in the past 4 days about trying to work on a track with me. I'm interested. It piqued my interest. From what
I gathered from watching some of your other interviews, you pretty much down to work with whoever.
Yeah.
You like to work.
Anything. Like, I mean.
And you're not just a rapper, you an artist. You do music.
I do music, yes. I'm tapping into all different kind of genres. I grew up around all kind of music, and I just love to work with anybody who is serious about their grind and serious about music in general. So, like, I love that in people. in general. So I just like I wanted to put that out there. Like as long as everything lines up well, like as far as paperwork go behind the scenes, like if anybody is serious about their craft, like and they got a genre they want me to be introduced on or work with them on, like I'm down for it.
Okay. Nothing for my co-host.
I had a question. It just left my brain. It'll come back in a minute. Oh, yeah. I was going to say,
Guys,
like,
Lydia is a little
so-
off. She has not potted in a very long time.
Hush. I had some juice.
Okay. Oh, and she has some.
Nah. I was going to say, and now I'm choking. I was gonna
Shout out
say-
to our sponsor, Inertia Treats, man. Hit up
yeah.
Inertia Treats. I'm going to put the cash up in the link.
A little bit responsible for this.
Yes. Don't do it
Anyway.
while you're trying to do something productive, though. Right, Hood? Jesus. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, so you're an artist and you are willing to do any, kind of sound, kind of genre and all that. But would you say that you have a sound, like, personally?
I would say that I do have a sound, and unlike like a lot of mainstream artists that are out there, like you can hear them on a track, and this has been like they've done this before. You know what I'm saying? Like people like Lil Wayne has done rock and roll tracks. He's crossed over in the genres, but unlike main A-list artists, like when I actually jump into a different genre, me and my so-called, other side, we actually tap into the genre. So like when I do interviews and like when I release these tracks that have this different feel to it, like people have actually told me like they can't even tell that I'm the same person on the track. Like when I don't want you to think of me as VonT on the track. I want you to think of me as an artist that's in that genre on the track. So I've been told like, you can play on a couple of different radio stations and we not even know we're listening to the same person kind of thing. And I actually like that. 'Cause I don't want to be boxed in as what Google has me boxed in right now as an American rapper, which I'm working on changing that because I'm definitely not an American rapper. I'm not. I'm just an artist. I just love music and I appreciate it in general.
Okay.
How would you say, like, was there a progression to you falling in love with music, or were you just out the womb with it?
Nah, I was just I was naturally born weird. I was just different. I was different at birth. Like I feel like just I mean, let me be honest, man. Like sometimes like I used to play video games and stuff like that, and I used to listen to music and watch TV. Ain't no telling what my family will walk in and watch me watching. Man, I might be watching something rock and roll. He'd be like, where he get that from? You know what I'm saying? But I just I have a general appreciation for music in general. And I feel like where we are at as a culture in the United States and the world right now, like I feel like we need that. Like we need an artist that is going to be able to kind of like tie us all together. Like there is a lot of division right now out here, and like I feel like this wasn't intentional. This is just the place that I played in life and I came in at. So I just have a general appreciation for all genres of music, and I love everything. And when I say everything, like that's not an exaggeration. I love all music, all music.
Who would you say your inspiration? So when I listen to the music is album, when I was listening to it, I heard hints of, I would say like a Fetty Wap. I heard some Migos in there. No, for real, I did. I'm telling you, like as somebody that this is my first introduction to you, so I seen like it's a lot of different little styles in there. He gave us bars here. This song's a little poppy. This song's a little bit more mainstream. This one he's kind of where would you say you draw your inspiration from?
I think you like what I'm saying, hit the hammer on the nail with that one, because it's just like there probably is remnants of those artists in my style, just because I love music all together. So I saw a post on Instagram that a fan had made that said who is VonT, like, and all of that, and it had like all of these little arrows pointing towards people. It had like this rock group called Shiny Toy Guns. It had like because I marketed my own label, Symbiotic Music, had Rick Ross tagged in there. It actually had Fetty Wap and Migos tied in there. There's like, where does he get his sound from? But really, like, I'm not trying to be any other artist. Like, I really just pull my inspiration from rock, EDM, 80s retro, rap, trap, new artists, 90s artists, old artists, new artists. Like, my sound is just a collaboration of everybody. And I just, like, I guess if I would have had to put it into, like, a word, like, I guess I'd say I just paid tribute to, I'm just the artist that pays tribute to everybody who's paved the way for me to be where I'm at right now. Like, really.
Okay. We see the G-Man Entertainment T. Again, shout out to G and B Hood in the room right now. But who else do you work with, if you don't mind us asking?
No doubt. So absolutely, man. You know, shout out to G-Man ENT, you know, for having me out here, which we actually initially linked up in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying, where I had signed my first deal with them and everything, first contract and everything. But also I have like close ties to California, where I'm from, you know, Sacramento, Sacktown, Central Cali, you know, Ecor, Jay Horn and everybody out there in California. And then a couple of people in Augusta, Georgia who hooked me up, Butter Love, Cookie Hall, entertainers and people who really just saw like the worth in me, and CEPTV, and you know what I'm saying, like there's just Columbus, Georgia. I've been around, like I've been networking and working and just been doing my thing, and just my thing is like, because I believe in what I'm doing, I believe in the goal that I'm set forth in, like making connections with everybody around the world, you know, as a, you know, in contribution to the name of my album, Music Is, like that just falls in line with just making sure that I have like connections with everybody, because that's my goal. It's just connecting music around the world all together. But also I would have to say, you know, I would be remiss to me and saying if I say I didn't show love to people out there in Russia and China, Indonesia, and Africa, which a lot of my fan base started off at, because I was born on the internet. My career was born on the internet. So like even before, like I was really getting recognized in the United States, like my overseas fans really like show love to my numbers and subscriptions, as far as getting my name out there and just like really showing love to my music on the internet. So I you know.
Where'd you first start with the music on the internet?
So I dropped my first single called The Plug in 2018. And when I did that, like I was first working with this company called Foundation LLC. And they're contracted through Patchwork Studios out of Atlanta, Georgia. And so since I knew I didn't have like an organic hood following or anything like that, like I knew that, you know what I'm saying, I knew that I was going to take work for me to get my label, my Symbiotic Music name out there, to get my music kind of played. And the first people who kind of picked that up was Russia. Like, I mean, like they kind of picked that up. Then Africa kind of jumped on that. And then Indonesia kind of jumped on the back end. So they kind of like started to boost my numbers up. And I started to see like social media was the way for me to go, as far as like getting my music out there, because that's where we're at. And if artists don't use social media nowadays to get their name out there, they're doing themselves a disservice, because that is free promotion based off of how much work you put into it.
No, I agree. So, like you said, you didn't have like the organic hood following, which you really mean is like you weren't in a city where your city was just like boosting you up, right? So you go to the internet, and I'm gonna assume we're talking like SoundCloud, stuff like that, putting the music out, getting it to as many people as you can. How you feel like as an independent artist? Like you said, it takes a lot of drive. It's a grind doing any of this stuff from zero without like a huge backing. So what would you say is like your little tidbit of advice you would give somebody who wants to start, you know, because what you said, 2018? You know, that's around the corner. That's not a long time.
Yeah.
And now, you know, we got you on the couch, you shining, you know what I mean? I'm not, but you know. So what would you tell people that like, yo, I want to get my music off the ground. I don't know where to start. Internet, how would you coach them into that?
I would first say, like, we living in a different world. You know what I'm saying? We in 2021. What I can say was, because as you see, I wear the 80s baby's charm. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no secret, man. I was born in 1985. Bro, like, y'all, you know what I'm saying? People who know that when I make the retro music, they know what genre I'm from. They know where I'm from. But my career was born online, so there's that. I would say that for the artists that are trying to get out there, you know what I'm saying, I would tell them that the biggest advice that I have is just do your research. Because before I did music, when I used to see it, you know what I'm saying, dudes used to be selling their CDs at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? They used to be selling their CDs in the Walmart parking lot, trying to get their name out there. Hey, bro, listen to my CD real quick. It's only $5, and people would just walk by them. But you're living in a time where we have social media at your disposal. Any question that you have about somebody's promotion or somebody's what they can do for you is easy as a lookup. Now you can look it up. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's telling you they doing numbers or something like that, like, you don't even have to hesitate. They should have an Instagram, right? They should have a Twitter. They should have a YouTube. They should have something. Check on their numbers. Like, you can do the research right now. In the time we live in now, you can do the research. And if you put that work in, and if you're hungry, you'll find out whether or not that person really talking about they can help you out or not. And if you put the work in, you can blow yourself up literally overnight. And I've seen it done with plenty of artists. We just had a little artist, you know what I'm saying, Lil Nas X. He had a post that he posted on Instagram. He told people by this year he was gonna be where he was at. And this was before Lil Nas X had money. You know what I'm saying? Despite his antics and everything that people may say what he's doing or not doing on the internet, he said where he was going to be at in 2021. And he's where he was going to be at in 2021 because he did the research. I'm telling you, that would be my advice to artists coming up. Like, you have the internet at your disposal. Anything that you want to find out, unlike the 80s babies when we came up, we didn't have that. You can do your research now, so there's really no excuse. In 2021, none.
You follow? You look perplexed.
Word.
Yo, inertia treats, bro. They're great. Don't do them while you're trying to record something. When you're gonna be on camera,
listening.
look at her face.
What's wrong
faded.
Listen.
He drank. I'm sober. We're gonna continue the interview, bro. So, turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights.
Music video.
Yeah.
I think you said over 1 million views.
Over 1 million and growing.
And growing.
What happened?
World star.
I heard something happen. What happened?
The military, they not messing with it.
Like, generally, like all of the military?
Take the audience through that may not know nothing about it. Take them through it. What happened?
All right. So, like I said, I was making music since 2018. Dropped my first single, The Plug. I was I still am currently in the military. So for people who don't know, still currently am. In 2018, I dropped my first single, The Plug. Never had any issues, right? Never had no issues. Drop Brands. It was the second single that dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Never had any issues. Third single dropped, Turn Off the Lights. Okay. Didn't have issues at first. But then when we networked and had Turn Off the Lights on World Star, and then it started to get plays. This was before it reached 1 million views. I got a Facebook message, right, from somebody in my leadership within the unit that I was in. Keep in mind, the Army already knew that I was making music. They knew that I was making music since 2018, right? You know what I'm saying? So somebody from my leadership messaged me. Bro, I just saw your video, Turn Off the Lights. Like, it's hot. I love it. As a normal person, they would look at that and say, oh, man, like, I appreciate that. Like, my leadership paying me, you know what I'm saying, respects for my artist work. I didn't. I looked at that and I said, if he said it, everybody else has seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, 3 days later, I was standing on the red carpet in the boss's office about turn off the lights, music video, demanding me to take my music video off the internet and taking my, pretty much silencing my creativity. They counseled me and told me, it's clear you have musical talent. Just use it appropriately. What's appropriately?
Yeah, that song doesn't even strike me as inappropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
What is appropriately?
Was there something like what were they taking offense about?
So they took offense that 3 charges that I was brought up on. One is appearing in a public music video that was unbecoming of an officer. The second was
That
making
sounds like some bullshit.
Yeah. Making money without proper approval, which let's keep in mind, like at the time, like I'm not making money. This is a hobby.
Yeah.
And it doesn't interfere with anybody else's time. I'm doing this on my own time. I'm not talking about the military. I'm not in uniform.
Yeah.
It's just a club song, something that people might listen to and might not, whatever. And then the third was they said disobeying a direct order to remove your music video off of the internet. The main one that I had a problem with. The main one because when they pulled me in the office and talked to me, there was never no direct order to pull my music off the internet. It was they tried to mask it by using. It's clear you have musical talent. Use your talent appropriately. Mm-hmm. They took it as okay. He's gonna pull that music video off the internet, but I didn't do it. That's when I got criminal charges pressed against me because I didn't remove it. It was like, okay, well, you tell me to use it appropriately. In my mind, I see it appropriately. So I'm gonna leave it up there. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when the ball started rolling, and that's when we started to have issues when they started to try to order me to take my music down. They started to try to order people from Spotify and YouTube to take my music down. Keep in mind, those people are not in the military. They don't care about your personal feelings in the military about that music. It doesn't matter to them. So they did not take it down.
Did they ever say what they deemed inappropriate?
Or is it just that you're doing something?
They said that there was a guy who flashed a gun in my music video. They said you promote violence in your music video. There's naked women in your music video, which everybody in my music video was paid actresses. Mm-hmm. And it was not in a strip club, so everybody either had thongs or nipple covers on. There was no nude females in my music video, and they were all paid actresses, all paid to be there for that night. So, but they were able to spend that in the military because the military is operating under this law that Americans don't, like civilians, don't really understand. But they thought that I was going to bow down to that. Like they thought that I was going to take that and just be like, okay, you guys are threatening my career. I'm going to take it down. And it's like, no, I'm going to battle you. I'm going to fight you on that. And that's when they decided to try to charge me on it. So.
Is this something you can talk about now, like where we are in the good fight?
Absolutely, yeah. So like, thanks to CEP-TV, and the Blast podcast that's out there, Good Guy podcast, the Grind Harder Report, all of these individuals who have taken my story, Music Heads that's out there, Vibration Frequency that's out there, and all of these you can find them. Like they've all taken interviews. Like everybody has come forward with their disgust in this decision, and I've done plenty of interviews. It landed me within an activist group that has actually drafted a letter to the President of the United States and Congress up at Capitol Hill, and that had got sent off about 3 days ago. All right, and we addressing President Joe Biden, and his vice president and the Congress themselves, that this needs to be changed. And we are also going to launch a petition through the Color of Change website when that does launch. Like I've already let all my followers know, like that is coming, and where they can follow that petition and sign it because that needs to change. That's going to happen in the future. And when that does drop, you know, like I tell people all the time, like I'm not doing this for me. Like I'm getting out. Like I'm gonna be out of the military. Like that's a no brainer. Like I'm gone. But you still have brothers and sisters and cousins and other people of color and minorities and blacks in the military who ultimately will go through this same situation if somebody does not stand up for them right now. And so that's where I put my musical creativity on the line, like everything that I stand for as a man and a minority on the line to stand up for them, because I'm doing this for them. Like when my name is no longer big, when I'm no longer doing the buzz anymore, you know, like while I got it right now, like I can help somebody else out, like while I'm here, to get their story out there. Because just like the LBGT community, you know, when they repealed the don't ask, don't tell policy in the military, you know, they based that off of the First Amendment rights, right? So if I can't express myself musically, why does that not fall under the First Amendment rights? And so that's kind of like the basis we're going around on that, you know. So if they can do it, we can do it. And if I can bring change, at least to the music industry on my side or for my fight for our people, like I'm for it.
Word. There's a lot of people in the military that do music.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I've been reached out by a lot of people in the military who have told me they faced the same situations that I'm going through, but because they had too much to lose, they decided not to fight for it.
It be like that.
Yeah.
It do be like that.
Word.
You got to tighten up. Oh, and before, I haven't even said it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. It'll be all over the screen somewhere. VonT, what do you want the people to know, the fans to know, the people that are just discovering your music to know about you outside of, like, when I go, like, I seen the military stuff and I got sent, you know, the interview. So I watched the whole interview. But if somebody's not going to get that packet and they find you, what you want them to take away from that?
At the end of the day, man, I just want them to know, like I never wavered on who I am as a man, like, and as an African American, as a minority man, like I stand for our people. When Donald Trump was tear gassing people to do a photo op with a Bible at the White House, and they had military uniformed soldiers out there actively stopping people from peacefully protesting, I was posting on my social media pages how I found that distasteful. I don't agree, and like I'm an officer, commissioned officer. You know, been in 18 years in the military, and I disagree with what's going on right now. And I want everybody to know that.
Hold up. You been there for 18?
18.
You gonna stay for the other 2?
I can't.
You not gonna do it?
I gotta get out. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
That's the point that I'm making.
Yeah,
you know
that's more of a big deal. People don't. 18 years, you about to hit 20,
Yeah.
and you getting out to pursue your dream is different than somebody who's been in for 5.
Yeah, 18.
That's
18.
That's a big deal.
2 years off. You know.
That's what I'm saying. And from the 20.
Well, when I started doing this music thing, you know what I'm saying, I was still about 16, 15.
Yeah.
Somewhere range. But I didn't think that everything was going to take off as fast. I thought that I was going to have time to nurture it and let it kind of mature itself. But it kind of took off a little faster than I thought it was, and then I ended up, you know what I'm saying, standing with my feet in the fire because of what I believed in, my music and everything like that. But that's what I want people to take away from it, is that whether you agree with the situation or not, like whether you listen to VonT's music or you don't, you think I suck, or you great, or you think I'm great, you think I'm a great artist. The fact is that the situation that I'm going through is wrong, and somebody who has the potential to make it really big and impactful in the music industry might be going through the same situation that I'm going through right now. Don't stifle somebody else's career because of, you know what I'm saying, you not wanting to support somebody who's going through a situation, because this is bigger than just me. This is about freedom of expression and your creativity as a whole, as our people, you know what I'm saying, like I stand with them, and I just wanted them to know that.
Now I got to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
As somebody who I never signed up to be in the military. But you know what comes with that when you sign up, right? It's almost like my girl's in the Army. It's certain things you can't do because you signed up to be in the Army. What do you say to the people like, no, you signed up. If they tell you got to do this, this, and this, you should have to do it. And if you don't, then they should be able to kick you out. What are your thoughts to the people that will feel that way?
First Amendment, because what I would say with that was, like, even though you signed up to serve the military, you didn't sign away all your rights. You're still an American citizen.
Okay.
All right. This is the United States of America. This isn't where you grew up at, so I got to believe in what you believe in, America. Like, this is united. The culture that I grew up in, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Like, I grew up around people who had to struggle to get to where they're at. So if I was to make music, I make music based off of what I experienced in life. That's the part of being united, right? So if there's a bias that somebody of a different culture has against my music, then that needs to be addressed, because obviously you're saying that in order, not you, but the military is saying that in order to join the military, you need to conform to our and who's our, right? Our beliefs and what we believe in, what America's supposed to project and what music should be. Now, keep in mind, like, I got people who I know who've been in the military who make country music and make different genres. They didn't go through none of this. I'm the only one, and even them disagree with what I'm going through. So I'm just gonna leave everybody with that and let that marinate for a minute.
Okay.
Who is marinating?
I'll just add, it's certain stuff like they just made them all go get the vaccine, right? So now if you don't have like a religious reason or a health reason, they can mandate that you get the vaccine. Some private organizations can do that. Some people believe that the military operates as a private organization. If I was working at certain companies and I do something on their computer and it make me $1 billion, they feel like they had a right to that. So I was just asking, as devil's advocate, what y'all thought, because sometimes that's how I go. If I come up with an idea on my work computer, they can say they have rights to that idea because I signed some terms and conditions somewhere that says anything that happens on company hours, company times, or company property is entitled to the company. So I was just asking.
Well, I can tell you this, is that the First Amendment doesn't waver. When
Neither do you.
it don't.
She's so high. Get her out of here.
Neither does this man.
Yo,
He don't waver.
when it was created, you know what I'm saying, it said we created all men equally.
They didn't think we were equal when they said
We were
that.
3/5.
That's
We were
why-
3/5 equal.
That's my whole point behind it. Don't spin to the media that everybody is equal, and then something like this happens behind the curtains. If this is an issue and it's a problem, then it needs to be brought up to the forefront, because I think the American people in the world need to be able to weigh in on it and be able, whether I agree with their decision or not, like, I think that this is a situation big enough that I think that the American people need to weigh on it, and we need to decide.
I agree. I think you should lead with saying that you've been in for 18, though. That make the story even more, bigger. Versus, like, if you were a young, you a little older than me, so we not young boys. But if you was a young dude that just got in, you 23, and you doing music, people are like, nobody want to hear what he got to say. But you 18 in. That's different, So you probably could definitely get some super press behind it if you was just like, especially here. See, you're not from here. Here, that shit would blow up. It's a military town.
It is.
Like 18-year.
He's right.
Artist, million views. They're telling him he has to take his music down. They'd go after that. That's just my piece.
Thanks.
Nah, because when he said 18, I was like, oh, you almost done.
Yeah.
Oh, you about to get out and you almost done? I'm like, get to the finish line, brother.
But I won't make it. You know what I'm saying? September 10th, this year made 18. So,
Yeah, I spin the block 2 more years, man. Don't even let them not give you what you got coming, bro.
I've been in this legal fight with them for about 3. So,
wow.
you know what I'm saying? So, and they've tried everything from, trying to stop me from getting medical treatment, to, trying to defame my character, to trying to tie me to some kind of large underground drug ring. Like it's been
The
crazy.
military
What
always
the
got a
fuck,
Nah,
America?
the military always got a couple
They've
of those.
tried
man.
everything and everything about me always comes back solid, man, because like you're not gonna find nothing out about me that I'm not doing. So
Yeah.
so it just failed because like throughout my 18-year career, outside of being stationed at Fort Gordon, like my career was immaculate. You know what I'm saying? I never did anything wrong because I actually used to believe in this. You know what I'm saying? I actually used to believe in what I was doing. I actually believed in, you know what I'm saying, giving back to a country that I felt like cared about my rights and me as a man. So
That's deep. You keep touching on a lot of stuff that I want to go into different conversations about, but we're going to try to keep it on the music. No, because for real, first I brought up the album art. So I wanted to ask you about Meek Mill's album art and what your thoughts were on that. We can do it anyway. What y'all think about that? First of all, that's a black woman that made that art. Why they so mad? Have y'all seen her other art? Nina Chanel, what's that? I don't want to mess it up. Nina Chanel Abbey?
I've seen plenty of art of naked white people.
Oh, it ain't
thought
So
it
much
was dope,
naked
man.
white people.
I thought it was dope.
I thought it was dope.
Now they mad because it's a pussy on there.
I thought
I didn't even notice
I'm
until they told me.
Look, nobody said nothing about Erykah Badu when she made a perfume based off of hers.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing.
Just saying.
This is why
He's riding
yeah.
around the town in it.
Yeah, and
in
it's
the
like on the
van.
side of a bus, and it's like
Like,
I didn't
I
realize.
mean, I'd be like, Dean, close your eyes.
Do y'all like the
But-
artwork? I thought it was fire. Shout out to Nina. Her shit
I like it. I like
is
it.
dope. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's
It's just
and
me personally though, man.
I mean,
Never mind. I'm good.
I hope all those people in the van don't be screaming about body positivity. You can't do that. You can't do that.
guys, hold on. Let me show y'all Nina right quick. Nina, I'm gonna put some of her artwork up for you guys. This is a piece. This is the first piece on her website. It's the first piece on the website when you tap in.
Let me see that again.
That's her artwork. That's like
Oh yeah, I like that right there.
fire.
That's nice.
I'm gonna put this image on the screen for people on YouTube, but I hope she got copyright, so maybe I can't. But that's how her shit always looks.
Yeah.
Her art is powerful. It's about being black, nude, all that sexuality, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when I seen he commissioned her to do his artwork, I was like, oh, that's fire. I love when a rapper goes and gets a real artist to do their artwork. That's dope. I mean, you see the room we in. Like, that's what I'm into. I like that kind of shit. So when I seen it, I'm like, oh, that's fire, Meek. And then people are in the uproar. And it's all right. The album's probably some mid. I ain't going to hold you. No disrespect, Meek. Don't kill me. No, that's the type of shit Dream Chasers be outside your house for, because you said the shit was all right. And it is, bro. It's a couple bangers on there, but you should have went to Drake for the feature. Get VonT on there or something.
Ooh, yeah.
But look, Dream Chasers gonna kill me. But I thought the artwork was fire. So people are upset. When we were talking about your artwork, I was like, dang, I wonder what you think. But you think it's dope too. People are really upset. They need something to be upset about.
I mean, I just appreciate creativity.
Me too, man.
Like,
I ain't even gonna talk about Dave Chappelle. Let's keep it on music,
God.
man.
whew.
Right.
Oh, why do y'all want to go there? Have y'all seen it?
No,
I have seen it.
It's great.
It
It's
is.
great. I don't want to get you
It
canceled,
is.
bro, on your way up. We not even gonna.
Okay.
We
All
ain't
right.
even-
Because that's why I stopped my last comment that I was gonna say. I
Because
was
they
like,
might
you know
they
what?
might kill you
About
for
her
that.
artwork. I'm not even gonna say nothing about that.
Yeah. Let's keep it
Because-
clean. Let's keep it
But
clean.
okay. Yeah.
So where can people hit? You're on all the streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
You an independent artist. You got a deal, distribution, something like that. Do you want to tell the people?
So
Somebody paying for the jewelry.
yeah, like symbiotic music. You know what I'm saying? Like doing the homework and making sure that I, did my homework, launched my own music label before
dope.
I came out as an artist. Pays for everything that I do, but that would be like my advice. Like, do your homework. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they can find me on all social media. You can either type in on Google, KOVU 1278, or you can look up VonT VON-T on
It'll
any
all be in the
platforms.
descriptions.
Any platforms. I'm out there. I'd have moved away from the point of giving people like the long, YouTube link, Q-WV. Like,
Oh.
you can look me up. Like, because like and also like if there's artists that are out there that have like questions about pitfalls on the industry or anything like that, like I am unlike some other artists that are out there. Like I definitely want to spread the word because
We got
I
a little
like
bit of
listening
time.
to dope music.
Give him some game on some of the pitfalls.
Yeah, some of the pitfalls is if it sounds too good to be true.
It
It
is.
is. And that's like rule number one, bro. Like if somebody's hitting you up, you know, for something and it sounds too good to be true, it is. If any industry is hitting you up and they claim to be tied to somebody who is major in the music industry and they're more concerned with getting your $25, $45, $35, $55 as opposed to you blowing up as an artist because of your potential, it's a scam. Like I'm just gonna be like straight up honest with you. They're not interested in your musical creativity, and 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna return no benefit from that. They trying to get that money real quick because they probably got like 25, 35 other people that they didn't send that same message to. That they trying to get you to go ahead and send that money in. So they can go ahead and keep it moving, and then ultimately you might end up actually getting blocked on all their social media platforms. So that's just my little tidbit of advice.
too good
But
to
like
be
if they
true, it
want
is.
more, like you can always hit me up on social media at KOVU, 1278 or VonT. Like, and I
I'm
will
gonna have it on the screen for him. I got you, bro. It's gonna all be there. Make sure I get all that from you before we get up out.
I give free tips, man. Like somebody just hit me up on Instagram the other day and it's like, hey bro, how did you grow your Instagram following? I'm trying to be like you. And like I literally went through like a whole 15-minute spiel with him about how I told him how to recreate his page and how to use hashtags and tagging people and platforms that actually support you. Like that stuff plays into the algorithm. If you want to see your numbers grow, you need to know how to play the system. You need to know how to play the system to get you recognized. And I gave him free game, man. We talked for like 15 minutes. So like if anybody hits me up on Instagram, like 9 times out of 10, if I'm not busy, I'm going to respond to you. And I'm probably going, you know what I'm saying, I pass you a gym or two, you know what I'm saying?
Before we end this interview, a lot of the things you've been saying and talking to is mainly like networking, right? Building a solid network, because that ultimately is how you grow, especially as a musician, right? Who you're connected to might lead to the next connection, might get your song played somewhere else. What made you? What are the keys to your success as far as like networking and penetrating this industry that sometimes it seems like it's got like a hardened shell, like it's hard to get in the music industry?
I would say my biggest success is never burning a bridge if you don't have to. You like, as me being in the military, I know where to fight and where to let it go. You know, like if I have a bad interaction with an engineer or a producer or an artist, like I never end it on a bad note, because there's always a possibility that person is going to make it bigger than me. And if you burn that bridge early thinking that the route that you took is going to be better than theirs, and then they end up blowing up, well, bro, you just shot yourself in the foot, because they're going to look at you as, you know what I'm saying, like, I already burned the bridge with him. I'm not even going to, you know what I'm saying, I'm not even going to connect with that person. But
And they might stop other connections from happening.
But if you end it amicably, you know what I'm saying, amicably means by least means possible of you being put in immediate danger. All right, amicably. So if you end it amicably with somebody who you fell out with, that means don't get into no whole online internet beef with them. Just end it peacefully. There's always a possibility that person's gonna always reach out to you, or you can reach out to them. They may add you on a feature. They may put you on their playlist. They may do something for you. But if you burn a bridge early in your musical career as an indie artist, I can guarantee you you're not gonna bounce back from that.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm a bridge burner. I don't usually set it on fire first, but once I see they got their gas can out, I'll burn it for you, brother. you gonna need to swim back over here. That's how I usually approach that.
Oh,
That's growth. No,
my
he's
God.
speaking into a lot of growth. I'm not in the music industry. I podcast a little bit and do some YouTube content stuff, and it's a kind of a one man band.
Yeah.
But I don't burn the bridge quick. But if it's about to be burnt, I'm gonna set that motherfucker on fire. I don't give a fuck. You can stay over there. He's right. I'm wrong.
My point exactly. That's
But
my
listen,
point.
I'm successful, so I'll burn that motherfucker down, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Successful on his own.
So hey, if y'all ever get an interview on this podcast, don't burn the bridge.
I'm not
Don't
gonna burn
the
it.
bridge.
No, I'm not gonna burn it. Come on, you know me.
The independent
Do we
artists
have-
don't burn the bridge.
I
Them.
think we have no artist that's come on that has.
No, all the artists that come up here, we show love. They show love back. Everybody, I'm just saying, like in any industry, right? There's always gonna be relationships that you try to maturate. It's gonna be you're always gonna be looking for that, right? Networking isn't just music. I just wanted to hear how you use it pertaining to indie. That's a good.
Well, no,
tip.
like I seen artists that go on the Breakfast Club and go on DJ Academic's show and they completely burn the bridge. Like you,
with the
don't-
Breakfast Club and DJ Academics.
yeah,
See, I don't see why you would want to burn that bridge.
exactly. But I've seen it done
Now,
like, because like I'm a
now hold
student
up.
in this.
You go to see Act, right? And he disrespects you
He does, he does.
because he's a disrespectful dude.
He is. He
You burn
definitely
it,
is.
so you
Unless-
leaving and you not burning the bridge?
unless it's 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, that's only that bridge helped him out though.
It did.
You know.
It did. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still a way to leave the show without burning the bridge.
That is a good gem. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. You're not gonna disrespect me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not that evolved yet. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there.
There's still a way to leave every show without burning the bridge.
That's a good gem. I ain't gonna hold you.
Word.
No, for real. See, people can be like, no, it's not. It is. There's
No,
a lot of,
it is.
when you're creating relationships, no matter what the industry, it'll always behoove you to maintain that relationship versus, especially if it's somebody that you don't have to interact with daily. So why burn the bridge? Like to his point, you're not going to see that person, interact with that person often. But me, if it's like, oh, you disrespecting me, I'm going to always remember you disrespected me.
Right.
Yeah.
Off cuff. This is an off cuff story. I ain't told a story in a while. So I coach a youth football team, right? I'm give back to the community.
Okay. Played in college. Cool.
Good shit.
Yeah.
When after a game, a kid's grandfather comes up to my homeboy's also the head coach, cursing him out, talking crazy to him. So I step in like, yeah, what's up with y'all? Boom, boom, boom. He's like, fuck out of here. I don't want 2 national championships. I wear my championship rings on game day. So I got my 2 natty rings on. I push my hand here. It's all cool. But then he's like, I step in from my man's like, I don't know if you got to fire off. He like, who are you, the hype man? And I'm like, no, bro, I'm the set it off dude. Like, that's what I'm here for. He's like, you pussy. I can see it in your eyes. But he said it as he stepped back. Fast forward, the other day, we at practice. Look, and we in front of kids, my girls there, my baby's there. I'm trying to chill. I've evolved because I ain't smack him for saying that on site. But later, the other day, we're in Richmond. Or no, we're in Woodbridge. He comes up behind me. He just, hey, what's up, gentlemen? Daps me up. I'm like, no, nigga, we ain't cool. Last time I seen you call me a pussy. You don't remember that? Oh, you still mad about this? Like, no, I'm not mad. But I keep the same energy. I remember you said that. I'm never going to let it go.
Exactly.
You got to piece it up with me. So I take that same energy and apply it to burning bridges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it doesn't I didn't, he pieced it up with me then, but I was just like, nah, fam.
no.
I ain't no bitch
You
ass.
gonna keep that bridge? Cause I don't honestly. I've never been like blatantly disrespected.
Like off camera? No. On camera? Yes.
I get what you're saying. He's gonna maintain
Okay.
a relationship for.
See, I'm
Work.
an officer.
Oh, like, I'm not gonna-
I'm commissioned in the
Yeah.
Army. Like I'm a captain, so I understand the avenue of networking your political aspects. So
Yeah.
even in the music industry, it's political.
Yeah.
On our side, I understand that I shouldn't get into a big debate with you on camera. Now off camera, and I run into you somewhere
Whole
else.
Foods.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a different story. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna meet the real. But on camera, like I'm gonna keep it calm. I'm not gonna walk off on your set, bro. Like we good. You know? Like we straight.
Okay, so back to our DJ Academics example. On camera, you keeping it cool with him, but off camera, you're not really fucking with him. And I personally, I think I would fuck with Ak. I what he's built as a fan, I'm like amazed by where he's gotten. Where he used to just sit in his mama house or wherever he was at and talk shit all day.
I would put DJ Ak to the test because he can't make me come out of character. He's very advanced as a DJ and as a talk show host.
Yeah, and
as a person who stirs the pot. But he definitely will not make me march off his set like Rich the Kid did or somebody other. You know what I'm saying? One of the other artists did. But afterwards, we gonna talk about it.
Okay.
We gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna let him know. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna get that reaction from me on set. Like I already know. Like how
reaction is the viral moment, though.
I know, and that's what they looking for.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna give it to him. But I'm still gonna give you content. You still gonna get content, but you're not gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? Like how the Breakfast Club had Soulja Boy wide open about Drake.
That was great.
You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't gonna get no reaction out of me like that. But that was viral.
That was great.
It was viral.
So we started the pod with Dripping with Cash. That was what we brought it into it with. Is there any song we want to play as we exit? Is there anything? Hold on, before we don't even want to cut you short, bro. Is there anything you want to give the people? You gave them some gems. That was I'm telling you, because I be burning bridges. That's a good one. No, for real, man. I'll set a bridge on fire, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's good. Outside of that, is there anything else you wanted to give the people before we take it away? You and VA, what you doing out here for these? You here for a couple days, right?
Well, mention taken away. The only gem that I want to leave with people, man, like is just like keep grinding, man. Like don't let nobody stop you from believing in your dreams, man. Whatever it is that you believe in, you know what I'm saying? If you believe in it, you know what I'm saying? And definitely if it's a righteous cause, like don't let nobody stop you from fighting for your dream. You never know who you inspire, you know what I'm saying? But the song, since you said take it away, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would definitely be Take Me Away, you know what I'm saying? Which is actually the newest video that I dropped, that I filmed out there in California with Agape Love, Izza Fabs, Big Lyric, E-Core, and Vibration Frequency, like out there in California. So.
Bet. So. Y'all make sure y'all go follow bro on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and where else you at? You're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have the socials in the comments. I'm going to pin it to the top. Lydia is here,
hey.
Kinda. Shout out to Hood behind the camera. Mm-hmm. It don't look like he was panning that bitch though. And we're gonna leave it off with Take Me Away then. Is it playing? Oh, y'all trying to play me. Y'all trying to make me look crazy. It was already.
And violent death. Nipsey Hussle was murdered in broad daylight outside a clothing store that he owned in South Los Angeles. And he was killed just before he was about to meet with city leaders and the LAPD about reducing gang violence.
Everybody, Terry Hart is here with the latest billionaire. Billionaire. Wow. So we can make this a really short story or a much longer story. What would you prefer? Let's go long. Okay. Well, Jay-Z.
Nowadays I'm living in my head. I'm thinking about some of the things that I always said and how most of my friendships they all dead.
Y'all go check out VonT on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, everywhere you get your music at. You got some Reloads on all that too. Yes, sir. Go check them out. Go check them out.
They hoping that you get stuck so they can go and say